found this leaf blower by someone's garbage can this morning, and I started it a while ago and it kind of runs, but it almost seems like it's too rich or the exhaust is clogged. Here's what it sounds like. Won't even idle. I don't know. Figure it out. So 99% of the time, the problem with stuff that you find for free, like little 2-cycle stuff like this, is that it's too lean. You just simply need to turn out the high-speed screw, and it's usually good to go. This one, though, is going to be a bit different because it seems to be too rich. See here. Got a weird spark plug in here. This didn't come in this. I want to take this out and just look at how it's been running and verify that it is too rich. So that's a bit odd. It looks like somebody tried to put this in here to get it running or something, and this is usually an indicator of a bad plug that's not burning the fuel. And I could be wrong here, but we're gonna just swap this out for another one, see if that makes any difference. Keep it simple, stupid. Not exactly the same, but it's not a space shuttle. Let's see if this works. See if it even threads in there. Yep. All right. That's very rare for a spark plug to fail, but since that one was just so odd, there wasn't a good reading on it. It's worth trying a different one. Nope, no difference. So this is a good spark plug. Now, usually I wouldn't even mess with the plug, like I said, but, you know, let's take this carburetor loose. One thing I do with stuff like this is I like to take my angle grinder and grind these into flatheads. It's much easier to adjust like that. These fuel lines are pretty much wrecked by ethanol. They're really brittle. So I'm gonna try and pop them loose and break the seal before I just start pulling on them. That way maybe I'll be able to save them. Yep, that worked flawlessly. You just push down on the very top of the line with the flathead. So now we'll take this thing loose here. Maybe I need to get this out first. Yeah, that might be a two-handed task. This primer is really hard to push in. It's kind of brittle. I feel like this will break on the person that buys this from me. So I'm gonna switch that out real quick while I have the carb off. Awesome, that fills up good, no leaks. Now let's fix these adjustment screws. Throw this in the vise, make sure that choke plate's down, make sure nothing's sticking out that could get hurt. And I'm just gonna gently clamp that in there. Now I'm just going to take my angle grinder and grind these kind of flatheads without trying to, damage any other parts of this. It's perfect. Now we're going to verify that it's too rich by turning the high-speed screw in about a half a turn. Usually, or always, the high-speed screw is the one furthest away from the engine, and it'll be labeled somewhere on the carburetor normally. So we'll just take and turn that, half turn in. Now let's try and run this thing. All right, so after some messing around with this, the problem is it's got no dang compression. And look at that. I figured this was a shitty blower and it wouldn't have much compression from the factory, but that's just plain not enough to run something like this. I bet it's like 30 pounds of compression. Actually, let's put the test on here and find out. I've got it at wide open throttle. Yep. This thing's toast. I'll probably keep the tube off of it, and the pull start handle, and other little things I could reuse, but I'll just chuck the engine itself in the garbage. Yep, sometimes this stuff really is garbage. Oh well, that was fun.